In a quiet countryside nestled between rolling hills and golden fields, there lived two boys who were inseparable. Their names were Sam and Oliver. Sam was just 6 years old, with a wild mop of blonde hair and a fearless heart, while Oliver, at 10, was taller, wiser, and always ready for adventure. They were more than friends. They were a team. They did everything together, built forts out of hay bales, shared sandwiches under shady oaks, and raced each other along the dusty trails that wound through their village. If one climbed a tree, the other was right behind. If one laughed, the other joined in. One bright afternoon, as the summer sun warmed the earth and the scent of wildflowers drifted on the breeze, they took off running beyond the last house of the village. The fields stretched endlessly ahead, and their laughter echoed through the hills. "You can't catch me," Oliver shouted with a grin, dashing ahead. "Oh, yes, I can," Sam yelled, giggling as he tore after him. But as they ran, Oliver didn't see the old, forgotten well tucked behind a patch of tall weeds and wild bushes. His foot struck the edge, and before he could stop, he tumbled straight in. Splash! "Help! Sam, I can't swim!" Oliver screamed, thrashing in the cold, dark water. Sam skidded to a halt, his eyes wide with horror. His best friend was down there, struggling, gasping, terrified. He looked around. No houses, no people, no one to call for help. Then he saw it, a rusty old bucket, lying next to a weathered crank and a frayed rope coiled like a snake. Without a second thought, he grabbed the rope, tied it tightly to the bucket, and hurled it into the well. "Grab it!" he shouted. "Hold on tight!" Oliver clung to the bucket, shivering, but the real test had only just begun. Sam dug in his heels, both hands locked around the rope. His tiny fingers ached, his arms screamed. The weight was too much. But Sam didn't stop. "I won't let go," he whispered through clenched teeth. "I won't let go." The rope slipped an inch. Sam's feet dragged across the earth. Sweat trickled down his face. His heart pounded like a hammer in his chest. Still, he pulled and pulled. "I won't let go!" With one final burst of strength, Sam yanked the rope with everything he had. Oliver's hands appeared, then his arms, then at last, he was out. The boys collapsed on the grass, coughing, gasping, soaked and shaking. They looked at each other, and suddenly both burst into tears. "You saved me," Oliver whispered. "Of course I did," Sam said, wiping his nose on his sleeve with a crooked smile. "Who else would I play with if you were gone?" They lay there side by side, trembling from fear and relief until another thought struck them. "Oh no," Oliver muttered. "Our parents, we're going to get the scolding of our lives." But deep down they knew they had to tell the truth. When they returned to the village, they ran straight to their families, voices spilling over with excitement and urgency as they recounted everything that had happened. But instead of shock and pride, the villagers burst out laughing. "A 6-year-old pulled a 10-year-old out of a well?" One woman scoffed. "He can't even carry a sack of flour," a man chuckled. "You boys and your wild stories." Their joy turned to heartbreak. No one believed them, except for one man, Uncle Frederick. He was the village elder, old as the hills, with silver hair, wise eyes, and a quiet way of seeing the world that no one else did. He stepped forward, leaning on his cane, and looked at Sam with a gentle smile. "The question," Uncle Frederick said, "is not how he did it." The villagers fell silent. "The real question is, why he could do it." He paused, letting the weight of his words settle over the crowd. There was no one there to tell him he couldn't. No one said, "You're too little." No one said, "You're too weak," not even himself. So he simply did it. A hush fell over the village. Suddenly, it all made sense. Sam hadn't known he was too small to save his friend, so he became big enough. This story shared a valuable lesson. The only limits we have are the ones we believe in. When no one tells you that you can't, you'll find out that you can. Doubt makes us weak. Belief makes us strong. So believe in yourself, especially when no one else tells you that you can.